Now we are going to see about an critical mass. The name itself critical. When we are saying the critical stage, for example, the food lover will be eating much and much and much when they, as soon as they see that. Once the stomach is filled, once the stomach is filled, either it will be converting or coming out with the full force as vomiting, or else those who want to adjust that, they'll be yawning or they'll be galloping. So somehow some reactions will be taken place because the food which is inside the stomach is heavy. So somewhat the digestion purpose is going to be difficult, and this is the critical stage for the food to be inside the stomach, that it will be coming with a very forceful manner as an vomiting. This is the simple example, day to day life example of critical mass. The mass which will becomes an more, the nucleus, if the mass is more, automatically it is started leakaging of some neutrons. During a nuclear fission process, about 2 to 3 neutrons are released, but all these neutrons may not be available to produce further fission. Some of them may escape from the system, which is termed as leakage of neutrons. As we seen in the above diagram, see, one uranium split up into two nucleus and three neutrons are coming out. One may be escape. I told that one is called as leakage of neutrons. Some may be absorbed by the non-fissionable material present in the system. These two factors lead to loss of neutrons. To sustain the chain reaction, the rate of, to predict the chain reaction, to predict the chain reaction, the rate of production of neutrons due to the nuclear fission must be more than the rate of its loss. This can be achieved only when the size of the fissionable material is equal to certain optimum value. This is known as critical mass. You may be confused with this paragraph, the critical mass. In the next paragraph, it will be easier for you. The minimum mass of fissile material necessary to sustain the chain reaction is called as critical mass. Certain mass of the nucleus alone will produce chain reaction. Such mass is called as critical mass. The minimum mass of an fissile material, the material is fissile material, the material should be an splitting up of material. That material mass should be minimum to sustain, to predict the chain reaction is called as critical mass. It depends upon the nature, density, size of the fissile material. If the mass of the fissile material is less than the critical mass, it is said as subcritical mass, and it cannot be. From that nuclei we cannot predict the chain reaction, nuclear fission reaction like that. If the mass of the fissile material is more than the critical mass, it is called as supercritical. I think all you had enjoyed with the Deepavali by bursting the crackers such as atom bomb, this and that. Now we are going to see the scientific atom bomb. The atom bomb is based upon the principle of uncontrolled chain reaction, as I already told. You just see the diagram, enlarge the diagram and see. There you will be having an halo uranium bullet, conventional explosive, gun barrel, cylindrical target. So this is your diagram and its parts. You see that atom bomb consists of fissile material. Here the fissile material is uranium, whose mass is subcritical. That means it won't be explode at all. This piece has a cylindrical void, cylindrical way. Then it has a cylindrical way. In that cylindrical way, it has a cylindrical fissile material which can be fit into this void, and its mass also subcritical. When the bomb has to be exploded, this cylinder is injected into the void using a conventional explosive. Now the two pieces of fissile material join to form a supercritical mass which leads to an explosive structure of an atom is shown in that. This diagram may not be clear to you. I'll be simply drawing and explaining what will be the diagram. See, the semicircular uranium. Okay, the semicircular uranium, it is under subcritical mass. Then here an cylindrical uranium, it should be pushed by a piston. This is also what I said. This is uranium, this is also uranium, this is also uranium. All are uranium, but it is in an subcritical, all are under subcritical mass. When this piston is pushed inside, the small bullet like uranium will go on fitted with the two semicircular path. Already they are in subcritical mass. By this, the small bullet will go and join and makes the semicircular to be joined and become a very big ball. Then their critical mass, subcritical mass, will be increased to a supercritical mass. Then it will be started exploded very fastly and produces devastating effect. Are you able to understand? So this is the thing what we have studied. An atom bomb consists of piece of fissile material which is in subcritical mass. The pieces has a cylindrical void. The pieces has a cylindrical void and a its mass also cylindrical void. The bullet type, its mass also in subcritical. When the bomb has to be exploded, the cylinder is injected. Using the piston, the cylinder is injected into that void using a conventional explosive. Now the two pieces of fissile material join to form a supercritical mass which leads to an explosion. The structure of an atom as shown in the figure. During the explosion, tremendous amount of energy in the form of heat, light and radiation is released. A region of very high temperature and pressure is formed in the fraction of a second, along with the emission of hazardous radiations like gamma rays, which adversely affect the living creatures. This type of atom bombs were exploded in 1945 at Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan during the World War II. Even now, the child which are burning there in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki will have these effects on their bodies. Such a effective rays, gamma rays, will be exploded during the atom bomb explosion. Up to this, we have studied the nuclear fission chain reaction, in uncontrolled chain reaction, controlled chain reaction, nuclear reactor. We are going to be studying the next after the fusion. Now we are going to study about fusion. What we said about fission, splitting up of heavier nuclei into smaller nuclei is called as fission. Now we are going to see the fusion. Fusion means joining up of smaller nuclei into an heavier nuclei is called as your fusion. See the definition. Here it is. When two nitronuclei